It used to be a pain to compare and book accommodation, but thanks to the internet, we now have comparison sites with powerful tools to filter down and book your perfect stay. However, there are now so many comparison sites, it's hard to know which does what best. So in this video, I'm going to compare the comparison sites themselves, giving you my opinion on some of the biggest contenders: Expedia, Hotels.com and Booking.com, as well as discussing why I don't really use price aggregate sites like Trivago and TripAdvisor. I'll be explaining and comparing key areas such as their review systems, filters, prices, reward schemes, and the quantity and variety of accommodation available to see which is best for different tasks and therefore help you to easily navigate and find the best deals for your future travels. So as someone that evidently loves travel, I'm always on these booking sites trying to find the best deals. And there is a lot of things I've noticed and picked up whilst doing that over the years. Whilst I'll be giving a lot of information about these sites and how they work, it is worth pointing out that this knowledge is mostly my opinion and based on how I like to travel, so it may not apply exactly to you. Nonetheless, it's saved me a lot of money over the years and hopefully it can save you some too. I'll start by quickly discussing price aggregate sites like TripAdvisor and Trivago. These don't actually carry out the booking process, but collate and compare prices, information and reviews from lots of other sites. Whilst these can be useful for getting a general overview, I don't actually tend to use them very much for several reasons. My first problem is with the reviews. Because they often don't process bookings directly, it's very hard for them to verify any reviewers as actual customers, leading to ratings and rankings being easily manipulated. TripAdvisor in particular has been in the news several times because of listings being boosted up the rankings or diving down as a result of false reviews, whether that is people purposely posting something fake or simply reviewing the wrong company or service. This ranking system seems to be becoming even less reliable as they introduce more and more sponsored listings and try to push people to book those that earn them a higher commission. Sites like Trivago are slightly better in this regard as they don't actually review accommodation but aggregate the verified reviews from the booking sites themselves, so it's more trustworthy. However, it still isn't the most revealing rating system as the overall ranking they provide on both websites is so general that it likely doesn't apply to you. For instance, one person might rank a place high for its great atmosphere and cool industrial design, whereas another might think it was terrible because it was loud and in need of renovation. A basic ranking system doesn't really reveal these differing opinions very well. As I say, these aggregate sites are still very useful to get a general overview of the better accommodation. Just don't take the specific rankings too seriously if you're choosing between one that is in 6th place and one that is in 11th, for instance. My other problem with aggregate sites is that they often aren't actually very good at their main purpose, which is comparing prices. This is because they can't include your unique benefits from those booking sites in their comparison. Whilst I'll get onto the specific rewards later, all the major booking sites have reward and loyalty schemes based on your membership and booking history, which isn't reflected on aggregate sites like TripAdvisor and Trivago. For example, Trivago might tell you that Expedia has the cheapest price for a specific hotel. However, that same hotel may be on a secret deal on your Hotels.com account or have 10% off with your membership on Booking.com, making it cheaper than Expedia on both those sites. None of these exclusive discounts are pulled through to the Trivago results, which is why, again, I normally only use aggregate sites as a very general overview. So let's actually look at the booking sites themselves now, starting with Expedia.com, a household name in travel. Unlike the other sites I'll compare, Expedia is also a major flight and car hire booking service, which is its unique selling point, enabling you to grab combination deals if booking several parts of your travel together. In particular, I like the fact that if you book flights through Expedia, you can still grab a discount on accommodation or car hire for that trip at a later date and don't have to book it all at the same time. This can lead to some really great deals in certain situations. Every booking you make earns Expedia points, which can then be redeemed on further bookings or travel extras. After spending £5,000 on eligible bookings or staying 7 nights, you will earn silver status, and gold status is earned after £10,000 or 15 nights. With each of these membership levels, you get enhanced benefits such as spa discounts and free drinks at certain hotels, as well as earning more Expedia points for every pound spent. However, despite all these benefits, I personally find the base level pricing isn't usually the best on Expedia, and over the past few years I have rarely booked anything with them as a result. In my opinion, the reviews aren't the most extensive either, and only the most popular hotels and resorts seem to have many. This is the same for their range of accommodation too, with more focus on bigger chains, hotels and resorts, and not much variety of other places to stay like apartments, B&Bs and hostels. I often feel like some properties are hidden that come out top on other sites. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but to me personally it just feels like a much harder task to filter down and find what you want in their search system, and their website's interface generally just seems so much slower to use. In any case, as you can probably tell, I'm not the biggest fan of Expedia, but it is always worth a check to see if you can find a cheaper price for somewhere, especially if you have booked flights through them already. Next, let's take a look at hotels.com, which is actually owned by the Expedia group as well, and therefore suffers from some similar problems, namely its lack of reviews and variety of accommodation. As its name suggests, it only really lists hotels, so not much use if you're looking for something different. However, if it is a hotel you are looking for, I do generally find hotels.com offering some of the better prices, particularly when taking into consideration their reward and loyalty schemes. First of all, just by signing up and searching as a member, you get secret prices, which are temporary deals on hotels that can't be seen on price aggregate sites, as I was discussing earlier. There have been a number of occasions in the past where I have found a hotel on a different site, then logged into hotels.com where it happens to be on a secret deal at a much lower price. So it is always worth double checking. Secondly, they have a loyalty scheme called Reward Nights, which is basically a form of loyalty stamps. For every 10 nights you book and stay through hotels.com, they give you a free night. The value of this free night will be based on the average of the 10 nights you've previously booked. Not only this, but those 10 nights also give you silver membership, which, like Expedia, includes extra benefits such as free breakfast, airport transfers, and spa vouchers at certain hotels. If you manage to book and stay 30 nights in a year, you'll reach gold membership, which adds free room upgrades and late checkouts to your benefits. The only downfall of this reward scheme is that to maintain it, you must continue to book and stay with them, and if you don't book anything for 12 months, you will lose any nights you have already collected. Finally, let's take a look at booking.com, which is probably the site I use most nowadays, especially for initial research. This is because I feel they are strong in the areas Expedia and hotels.com lack, particularly the variety and quantity of accommodation. This is plainly evident in numbers alone by the fact that hotels.com has roughly 325,000 hotels on its site, whereas booking.com has nearly 30 million listings. This is because it includes hotels, apartments, B&Bs, hostels, guest houses, boat houses, tree houses, and everything in between, meaning you can really find anything for anyone. This might seem like too much choice, but it's backed up by a very good review and filter system based on a number of factors, making it very easy to find properties based on your preferences. Only those who have actually completed a stay can post a review, so they are all verified, and because properties actually reply to feedback, there is greater detail and context to them. Reviews just seem to be built into the ecosystem of booking.com much more than other sites, so you tend to get a lot more and better categorization. For instance, it is good at finding accommodation based on your specific situation, such as properties rated good for couples or those rated good for groups. On top of all this, booking.com's reward scheme is also very good. You only need to have 2 stays with them within a 2-year period to unlock Genius Level 1. This gives you 10% off many listings and this often ends up making Booking.com cheaper than most other sites. After 5 more stays within 2 years, you reach Genius Level 2, which gives you 15% off and free breakfast or other benefits at certain properties. However, the best thing about this reward scheme is that once you reach these membership levels, you maintain those benefits for life and don't need to keep on booking to retain your discount. Whilst Hotels.com and Expedia can sometimes beat these discounts, I like Booking.com because it is a simple blanket discount that stays the same rather than a random discount that is only available for a short period like secret deals on Hotels.com. You also don't have to worry about losing any of these benefits because you haven't used the website in a while. As another extra, I like the fact that Booking.com offers far more properties with free cancellation, meaning if you are booking very far in advance, you can always make changes if your plans change or you find a better deal. There are a few minor things that annoy me about Booking.com's search filters. For some reason, by default, it automatically includes properties that aren't available on your dates, almost like it is rubbing it in that you missed a deal. I really don't know who this feature would be useful for. It also categorizes the price range in strange intervals that aren't very helpful. It would be far better to have a sliding scale of price like Hotels.com so you can more precisely refine your search. However, as I say, these are only minor annoyances, and overall I definitely prefer Booking.com for the bulk of my accommodation research and booking. So how exactly do I go about booking accommodation myself using these sites? Well, first of all, it's worth pointing out that I do generally prefer to stay in an Airbnb for longer stays if I can find one, but let's save that for another video. Focusing on the sites in this video, I'll normally start by searching my options on Booking.com, using its verified reviews and huge database to find decent places around my price range. Adding favourites to a list is a useful way to narrow these down, especially if other people are coming on the trip and you need to create a short list so you can decide together. If I'm struggling to narrow it down or find anything, then I will sometimes check on TripAdvisor to see if there's anything that stands out on there. Once I do have a few options or even a favourite, my final step is to double check if they are listed on Hotels.com or Expedia or even the accommodation's own website to check if I can find a cheaper price anywhere other than Booking.com. This process has led me to finding some really great deals or interesting places to stay over the years. Now, obviously you don't need to go to these lengths every single time you book something. It's not really worth the hassle if it's just a cheap bed for the night. If I was to just use one site, it would be Booking.com. However, when the trip is more important, in a pricey location, you want something unique, or maybe there is a large group of you all with different preferences, it can really be worth it both in terms of the price and quality of your stay to spend a bit more time using and comparing across these different sites. So I hope all that info has enlightened you a bit and can help with your own travel research. If you aren't already signed up to Booking.com and are interested, then I have a referral link I'll pop down below in the description and comments, which will give you £15 cashback paid straight into your bank account after you sign up through the link and finish your first stay. I will also receive £15, which helps me to carry on making these videos, so it's a win for both of us. Let me know in the comments what sites you use and why. Obviously, I have only covered the main booking websites in this video, as I would be here forever if I'd done more, but I always love discussing these topics with you guys. Thanks a lot for watching.